Hey there guys, what's up? What's going on? It's Autobot Mike 18 here, back with another movie review. A movie review for a movie that is probably everybody's most anticipated movie of this entire year. Does this movie need any introduction? Well, I'm gonna give it one. Guys, the day has come. Okay, everybody, whether it was like a month ago, 2 months ago, oh, only one more month till this movie, oh, 2 more weeks till this movie comes out, oh, we have 2 days left until this movie comes out. This movie is finally here. People have been waiting for it since they announced they were doing a new series of movies from this franchise. This is one of the most beloved movies in the history of cinema. Okay, so how was this not movie hyped up? Okay, definitely hyped up. Guys, the movie I am going to be reviewing in this video is Star Wars: The Force Awakens. That's right, guys. Star Wars is finally out in theaters. The December 18th, the day that literally every person and their mother circled on their calendars from the start of this January. Oh, December 18th, circle on the calendar. Star Wars coming out. Let's go. Get our tickets early, pre-sale. Let's hit up Star Wars on the 18th, or in this case, the 17th, night before. Every person was wanting, everyone, okay, is going to go see Star Wars this weekend. Who is not going to go see Star Wars? Only people who haven't seen the other movies. But no, really, guys, this is pretty anticipated, so I want to do this review very justice. First off, just right off the bat, spoiler-free, okay? I don't spoil. I never spoil in my reviews. I may give away, like, one plot detail that isn't revealed in trailers. In my synopsises, there's probably a different word. But I'm going to be very vague in this review. I'll only talk about characters without spoiling anything. I do not want to say anything to ruin anyone's experience of this movie. I want you to go in blind, not knowing a thing like I did, and come out just enjoying everything. That is just how it's supposed to be for movies, especially big as Star Wars, okay? Nobody wants anything ruined for them for a movie like this. But guys, yes, real quick, also, sorry I haven't made any videos, especially any Star Wars videos to get you guys pumped for The Force Awakens this whole week. I'm sorry about that. Totally my fault. Really busy. This was my last week of my first semester of this year. I just finished a film yesterday. Yesterday night, I went and saw the movie. It's 7:30 because today's the 18th, so I saw it last night, the 17th, at like 11 at night with my brother and one of his friends. We had a great time. We were all hyped up. We're all fans. And I'm just so excited that the movie is finally out and people are talking about it. I can't believe it's here, too. Like, it really felt like these last few weeks got here very quick, you know, and we just got to Star Wars, and it's unbelievable. But Star Wars: The Force Awakens is directed by JJ Abrams. Yes, guys, JJ Abrams is in the director's chair for this movie. Very visionary, incredible director. And I think a lot of people got really excited when they heard Abrams was taking over the throne and was going to direct the movie. And this is a direct sequel to the original trilogy of Star Wars movies, okay? We had the first original trilogy, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. This is basically sequel kind of to Return of the Jedi. It's taking place 30 years after the events of Return of the Jedi, and it's episode 7 in the series of Star Wars movies. So, plot synopsis-wise, being very brief and vague as possible. Star Wars: The Force Awakens is set, as I said, 30 years after the events of Return of the Jedi. A certain Jedi is gone, okay? An all-powerful master of the Force, a Jedi, is gone, okay? This one person is the key to basically stopping what remains of the Empire, the Galactic Empire, they have now become known as the First Order, and they have a new leader who has turned to the dark side, and his name is Kylo Ren, okay? And they are actually on the hunt for this particular Jedi, the one person who can thwart their plans from taking over the galaxy. They want to find this person and end him, essentially. And we are therefore introduced to a new group of heroes who meet in very unlikely circumstances We get new characters, Rey and Finn. Rey is a former scavenger with an interesting past life. Finn used to be a stormtrooper, but now realizes the ways they are getting into are sort of wrong. And he starts to question all this, so he starts to question his decision to be, or his occupation as a stormtrooper. They meet very unlikely, and it is their mission to stop this new First Order from finding whom they seek. Okay? And that's it. That is it. That is all I am saying, okay? We have new characters. We have old characters from the original Star Wars trilogy coming back. That's not a spoiler. You guys knew about them. Han Solo, Princess Leia are both back, okay? As well as some of our favorite droids, of course. And that is Star Wars The Force Awakens. And the hype for this movie, guys, was unreal, okay? Look at it. Look at it. There you go. Admire it. Yeah, okay, everybody, again, every person and their mother probably is going to go see this movie this weekend. It's probably going to make almost $240 million this entire weekend alone. It's totally going to make $2 billion. I would not be surprised at all if it does. And you know what? It probably deserves that because, again, this is the movie every single true diehard fan of Star Wars was waiting for. And I'm not going to sit here myself and say, yes, I'm a diehard fan of Star Wars. I just watched the original trilogy this summer. So yes, I was pumped for this movie. After I watched the original trilogy, I watched all 3 of them. I gave them all A+, by the way. Yes, I like Return of the Jedi. Don't judge me. I love it. I don't hate the Ewoks. Kill me. I definitely got pumped for the movie. And after I saw them all in August, I definitely put The Force Awakens as my most anticipated for the rest of the year. I was really pumping it up because I really enjoyed the first few Star Wars movies, the original trilogy. I have not seen the prequels, okay? Every other yes, I know, don't kill me. But again, a lot of people were actually telling me not to watch them, so it's good that I have not seen them. But every diehard fan of Star Wars has obviously seen the prequels, okay? And right in 1999 when Phantom Menace came out, that's when everybody was let down, okay? Leading to 2005, so it's been 10 years since we've had a new Star Wars movie, and now we get The Force Awakens. But with the prequels, everybody sort of lost a little bit of faith in Star Wars, okay? I think after they released all 3 of them, a lot of people were probably like, you know what, they made 3 really good Star Wars movies back in the 70s and the 80s. Star Wars is done now. There's nothing left. Yeah, it's got a great lore, it's got a great mythology, you know, that we love the universe of Star Wars, but they dropped the ball with the prequels, okay? So, The Force Awakens, it doesn't matter. We've only had 3 good Star Wars movies. Now, that's it. Force Awakens doesn't matter. I have no faith in Star Wars now. I'm pretty sure after you watch this movie, any hardcore diehard fan is going to literally turn around what they just said and say, okay, yes, now we have 4 good Star Wars movies. Because, guys, Star Wars, The Force Awakens is freaking awesome. That's right, guys. I loved this movie. I loved every single second of my movie-going experience watching this movie. If you are the type of person who hates going to a movie theater because of the audience members, the mainstream audience members that surround you within the theater because they talk during the movie, they applaud, they clap, whatever, they cheer, they gasp, they whatever, okay? This is the perfect movie to see with these type of people because you're seeing with diehard fans who aren't going to talk during the movie, except for a few who did during mine. I'll love it. But they're literally going to applaud and clap and laugh at every single thing that just not only pays homage to the original trilogy of Star Wars movies, but also is just really well freaking done on its own right, okay? Anything that we have, when Han Solo first comes on screen, okay, with Chewbacca, my entire audience erupted in applause and shrieks, okay, at how amazing that, just experiencing these moments with an audience of diehard fans was enough for me to say, yeah, this is one of the best theater experiences I had all year. But that's experience. I want to talk about this movie in a non-spoilery way, and I want to say this much. Is Star Wars The Force Awakens an original movie? No. Hell no. Absolutely not. Not by any stretch of the imagination. When you look at this movie and you really tear it apart, you literally will see this is an exact ripoff of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, okay? It has the same structure, the same basic characters, just new characters in our old characters' positions, as well as old characters that we've grown to love. But yeah, as the same structures, the same story beats, all of that happens. Basically, there's an entire moment where characters are aboard a certain ship without spoiling anything, and they have to escape from it. Just like in the first movie, when Luke, Han, and Leia were all on the ship. I believe they were on the Death Star. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. I've only seen the first Star Wars once. I haven't seen it a billion times like you guys are. And that whole sequence when they're in the trash compactor, they're trying to escape. You know, that is one of my favorite scenes of the entire series, okay? There's a whole scene just like that, not trash compactor-wise, even though you'll get that reference if you've seen the movie. But there's a whole sequence where a character is trying to escape the ship, okay? There's a whole sequence where a droid, in this case BB-8, plays a very important role in this movie, just like R2-D2 did in the original Star Wars. So in that regard, in that sense, The Force Awakens is not an original movie and not a perfect movie, okay? And I'm not saying this has to be, it's not a perfect movie. Is any movie perfect? No. But that's okay. Because this is one hell of a ride, okay? Exciting, exhilarating, breathtaking action sequences, camera work, editing, holy crap. Production design, every single thing is A-fire in this movie. They had a $200-some-odd billion production budget, and it totally paid off. Practical effects over visual effects and just CGI, unnecessary CGI, even though this movie is pristine looking in terms of visual effects. Now, it's very hard to discern what's practical and what's visual effects, which means that the stuff that is CGI is really damn good, and the stuff that is practical effects is even better. Okay, so mad props to JJ for making that creative decision to keep most of the film in to use mostly practical effects, okay? Actual, like, handheld mechanisms, you know, machines and costumes instead of just CGIing or using green screen. Major, major props for Abrams making that decision. Also, major props for not seeing at all any lens flare in this entire movie. Excellent job, good sir. Okay, guys, just from the moment this movie opens and you blast the score, John Williams' iconic score blast, the logo comes on screen, it appears on screen and pushes out, and it disappears into the starry sky, and the title comes on, Episode 7, The Force Awakens in the yell, and it's crawling up the screen, and you're reading the plot synopsis. I knew I was in for a ride. I knew I was in for a good Star Wars movie, and I absolutely was. From the opening scene that set the tone perfectly for this movie, set up our wonderful new antagonist, who is just sinister, he's villainous, he is pissed off about 90% of the time he's on screen. That totally works. I bought him, I bought his new weapon, I bought everything into him. I love his backstory. I'm going to get into characters right now. Kylo Ren is amazing. Is he Darth Vader? No. Is he amazing in this movie? Yes, he works as a new antagonist for the series. I give him my approval. I can't wait to see him in episode 8. Okay? New character-wise, I loved them all. And this is, I'm also going to tie into performances, okay? I think Daisy Ridley killed it as Rey. She's very, again, yes, okay? Similar to New Hope, yes, but she's our new Luke, okay? She's curious. She prospers to accomplish something greater or do something greater with her life. She's a scavenger when we open on her in this movie. So we're just collecting parts for money, just trying to stay alive, essentially. And then unwitting circumstances happen. She meets up with a droid, and now her life is forever changed. She's fierce, though. She can hold her own. She's a badass in this movie. Her character does two things that made my mouth drop to the floor in this film. She is just... Daisy Ridley is an incredible actress as well. She brings out the emotional beats very, very well. And I think I felt for her character. I connected with her character. I loved the lines. I loved her chemistry with her on-screen actor. She's incredible in this movie. John Boyega kills it as Finn. You could tell that he is just the utter fanboy who just loves this movie. He's so thrilled to just be in this movie in general, and you just get that energy with his character, okay? His character is always constantly, he's either talking really fast because of excitement or just a wonder and awe at everything that he's involved in, or just... Because essentially in this movie, the characters of Han Solo and Princess Leia, or characters like Luke Skywalker, they're myths, they're legends. Not everybody believes everything that happened back in the original trilogy. So, like us, we're all fanboying when we see these characters pop up on screen, but when Han Solo comes up on screen and Finn's character and John Boyega's character meets with him, he freaks out or something like that. And I just love that with this movie. I love how they did that. I love how we can sort of just relate to that character automatically, even though we're the audience. I really bought into that. BB-8 is just... he's freaking awesome, okay? Enough said. I don't want to say a word about him. Oscar Isaac as Poe Dameron. Man, this guy is going places. I'll be the first to say it right here. Oscar Isaac is going places. This movie is going to get him recognized even more now. He is so great in this role as well, even though I definitely wanted to see more of him. Adam Driver was great as Kylo Ren. All of our cast is great. Another thing that I'm pretty sure a lot of people were worried about was our returning characters. Is Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher, are they going to be able to pick back up where they left off with their characters? Is Harrison Ford going to just be standing around, just throwing out his lines, just waiting for a paycheck, or is he going to inhabit the character of Han Solo once again, an older version of Han Solo? He absolutely does. I absolutely felt like I was watching Han Solo and not Harrison Ford. The moment when he comes on screen, like I probably said before, I went wild in the theater. My entire audience did. He carries this movie. I love his new role as sort of like the overseer of our new characters. He's sort of like leading our new characters on this journey, okay? He's like the head or the leader of them, essentially. Not like a set-in-stone leader. He's really just guiding them. You know, we're going to go to this place. We got to go to this place in order to get this mission accomplished or whatever and prevail over the First Order. I love his role. I just love seeing him back. The Millennium Falcon. Holy crap, it's back, okay? I mean, it's just amazing what they were able to do with the script. Even though, yes, structurally it is exactly like A New Hope. That does not bother me in the least, though, because I felt emotional as I watched this movie. I was happy, I was sad, I was angry. The dialogue is incredible because it's very funny and witty. This is definitely the funniest Star Wars movie. Whether it's very just like so blatantly obvious just jokes or references to the original trilogy where, you know, Han Solo makes a reference to the trash compactor that I mentioned earlier. He makes a reference to that, and it's just a great moment, and we all can't help but laugh. And it's just... It's moments like this that just make you smile and make you proud to be a fan of Star Wars, and that is just some of the best praise I have to give JJ Abrams and the entire crew and everybody who worked on this movie. Just mad props to all of them for managing to pull this off and make us just fall back in love with Star Wars. For anyone who ever had their doubts about Star Wars because of the prequels, okay? Just all of that works incredibly well for me. Performances, actor, yeah, but I was talking about dialogue, just writing, humor, heart. There are excellent moments in this movie. The action sequences are beautifully shot. Just the scenes where the Falcon's flying around and TIE fighters are chasing it and trying to shoot it down. Or you got the X-Wing. You got a few sequences with the X-Wing fighter jets just flying around, fighting off TIE fighters. And just all these beautifully filmed sequences. The cinematography is gorgeous. One of the best shots in this movie involves... just our characters are on a ship. I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to give it away because it'll immediately spoil everything. And there's a bit of moonlight coming in to the center of the frame, okay, from way up above. It's like leaking through the ship. I love that shot so much. It's a giant wide shot. Talk about it with me in the comments if you've seen the movie and you're unsure what I'm referencing. It is, in terms of sound, the sound effects and all the sound design and everything is perfect, but just to hear that iconic score, the dun 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 dun, just to hear that, just to hear the classic theme that is just used throughout the movie. That the track is called Binary Sunset. All right, I love that track to death. I listen to it all the time. To just hear it play throughout this movie just gives you the feels, okay? It just makes you feel so like tingly and special inside and just so excited to be a fan and to just see these characters back on the screen, to see a new series of adventures being laid out for us, the fans. We are getting a new sequel trilogy. This is the beginning of a sequel trilogy, and we are all down for the ride now, okay? JJ Abrams has showed that they are going to take Star Wars to incredible new places and give us incredible new adventures with our new cast, and I am so excited for the ride. But yes, John Williams' score kills it. Oscar nominated. Just do it, okay? Just do it. Guys, yeah, the practical effect, everything worked wonderfully with this movie. The action is breathtakingly exciting and non-stop. okay, throughout this probably the most action-packed Star Wars movie we've ever had. It is just incredible. There are several just gut-wrenching moments that are going to hit you hard as a fan. You're going to be like, I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe that this character just did that. Okay? But you're going to respect it and just have an immense amount of satisfaction and fulfillment. Because that is the number one feeling you're going to feel when you leave the theater. You're going to feel fulfilled. Okay? You're going to have fulfillment. You're going to feel like the director, JJ, he set out to accomplish and make a good Star Wars movie, and he's definitely accomplished in doing so, in my opinion anyway. I loved nearly everything about this movie, guys. It's a 2-hour and 16-minute ride that is non-stop action and thrills and humor and just amazing characters, amazing character moments and actions and chemistry between actors, performances. Every single thing works with The Force Awakens. The only thing, if I had to take anything away from this movie, there's a few characters I feel are severely underused, namely Captain Phasma, in my opinion, gets my vote for the new Boba Fett. I totally want to see more of her in the next one. I was not sold by her character. I really was let down that she was not on screen for very long at all. I didn't all that buy Domhnall Gleeson as one of the new emperors. Not like one of the new generals, I should say, of the First Order. Didn't totally buy into his character. I thought the motion capture work was very well done for Lupita Nyong'o, as well as Andy Serkis did some stuff, but I didn't even recognize him at all, so good job, man. And the only other thing, I'm taking one little point off, because this isn't an original movie, but it sure as hell is a damn entertaining one. It's freaking Star Wars. It is a non-stop wild ride of excitement and enjoyment, and everybody should go see this movie, especially if you are a fan. Star Wars The Force Awakens gets a grade of a 9.5 out of 10, or an A grade for me. That's right, A for Star Wars. I love it. It's one of my favorite movies of this year. It is just the definition of movie cinematic entertainment. Okay, just go to this movie, sit there, and just watch it, and just let everything just seep in and just blow you away visually, conceptually, in terms of the story and the dialogue and the characters, and just feel like I felt like I was watching Star Wars. Okay, it feels like Star Wars. It hasn't lost the magic. It hasn't lost that sense of wonder and awe that it blew everybody away with all those years ago, back in 1977. And I think it's going to set up a whole new generation of fans of Star Wars. Okay, and that is my best praise for The Force Awakens, guys. I loved it. What did you guys think about it? Down below in the comments. I'll totally see this movie again before it leaves the theaters, because it's going to be in the theaters for months. But maybe I'll do a spoiler review. Not sure yet, guys, but I will let you know one way or another if I will do one. But I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Sorry if this is long. I had a ton to say about this movie. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Go see Star Wars, and may the Force be with you. Bye, guys.